So, das ist die Schule Technology University Dublin, die sich gerade für den ISS-Überflug vorbereiten, um ihre Fragen zu stellen. Ja, ich habe meinen Schack auch soweit vorbereitet. Das ARISS RT3S mit dem Satellitenmodus, wo er den nächsten Durchgang in 3 Minuten erwartet und hier beschreibt, wie der Überflug sein wird. Dann das JESO FT891 an der neuen Antenne, die dankenswerterweise der Martin heute am Vormittag installiert hat. Das ist die X50 am Dach. Das, ich weiß nicht, ob man das sieht. Mal kurz vorführen. So, das ist die X50, mit der ich da den Empfang plane. Und ja, schauen wir mal, wie gut das geht. Vormittag war schon ein Überflug, wo man mit knapp 4 Grad die ISS hören konnte. Und ja, schauen wir mal. Wir sind gespannt. Auch die Ground Station bereitet sich vor. Zwei Minuten 27 sind noch offen. So, wird versuchen, die Gespräche für die Kinder aufzuzeichnen und dann stumm schalten, damit man da den Astronauten direkt live am Funkgerät hört.
Oscar Romeo 4, India Sierra Sierra. This is Echo India 1, India Sierra Sierra. Do you copy? Over. Yeah.
Below the horizon. Yes, yes.
So, wir können noch nichts hören.
Oscar Romeo 4, India Sierra Sierra. This is Echo India 1, India Sierra Sierra. Do you copy? Over.
Prediction sagt 43 Sekunden.
Oscar Romeo 4, India Sierra Sierra. This is Echo India 1, India Sierra Sierra. Do you copy? Over. Oscar Romeo 4, India Sierra Sierra. This is Echo India 1, India Sierra Sierra. Do you copy? Over.
Good job.
Hello, thank you so much. We copy you a bit weak, so we're gonna need a small bit of time so we can copy you better. How do you copy?
And Echo India 1, India Sierra Sierra. Now I have you loud and clear. How me? Over.
Roger that. Are you ready for questions? Over.
Ready for questions. Over.
How long does it take to train to become an astronaut? Over.
Hi, Casa. In some ways you could say I've been training my whole life to become an astronaut, but once I got selected by NASA, the initial training was about 2 years where we studied the space station systems, the robotic arm, doing spacewalks and various things. And then once I was selected for my mission, it was about a little over a year and a half to train for my specific
So, wir bereiten uns auch vor.
How does it feel to take off into space? Over.
Yeah, it was very exciting to take off into space. It was actually quite a smoother ride than I thought. So when our first stage
So, bei uns ist es jetzt
I thought it
4
would be a
Grad
lot more shaky, but it's
Elevation.
actually very smooth, although powerful.
Das
And I could
kann ich noch
feel
nicht
the
aufnehmen,
G-forces.
zum
But
zu
once
warten.
the first stage cut out and we got on the second stage, which is just one large engine, it was very rumbly and a bit shakier. Over.
How do you contact your family? Over.
Yeah, that's a good question because it's really important to keep in touch with our families. So we use satellite networks. So once a week, they try to schedule us for a video chat with our family. And as I said, that goes through a network of satellites to get all the way back home to my family. Over.
Does the International Space Station break down often? Over.
Well, you know, the International Space Station has been up here, about a quarter of a century, so oftentimes things do break on the station, so we do a lot of maintenance on here, both to correct things that have already broken, and also to preemptively take care of things so that they
jetzt geht's
don't
los.
break. Over.
Do you feel stress or anxiety when you are in space? Over.
Used to living and working up here.
Schauen wir mal.
How do you know when is morning and nighttime? Over.
So that doesn't work well for your circadian rhythm. I would say kind of similar to others with my life. While I'm up here, my dream often are on the space station that are going through another year. Kind of similar to other aspects of my life.
So, jetzt kommt das Signal mit S2 rein.
So I actually have not cut my hair yet in space, but some others up here have. We actually have a set of clippers, like you would at home, except on the back of it is attached a vacuum. So that way, as you clip the hair, it gets sucked into a vacuum. And the other day, actually, my good friend Laura was cutting her hair, and so I held the vacuum for her while she was trimming her hair. Over. I have not cut my hair yet in space, but I like to have. We actually have a set of clippers, like you would at home, except on the back of it is attached a vacuum. So that way, as you clip the hair, it gets sucked and ability to perform the science experiment, you need to be. Laura was cutting her hair, so I held the vacuum for her while she was trimming her hair. Over.
What skills do you need to go into space? Over.
Player. We live up here in a pretty small volume with our crew, and we can't just go outside if we get mad at each other. So working together with other people is really important. Over. Science experiment. You need to be. Well, you know, it's actually it's hard to have fresh food on the International Space Station. Every now and then, when a cargo vehicle comes up, they'll send us some fresh fruits or something like that. But we have to eat it pretty quickly, so we use food that stays stable, shelf stable for very long periods of time. Over. It took a while to get used to moving around in zero gravity just because it's so different, but it's
up.
Yes,
And I'd
plus
say
four.
I'm a little nervous about that, making sure I do everything properly being outside the space station for the first time. Over. Well, NASA didn't ask me if I wanted to bring a pet. That's a good question. But there have been animals in space throughout time. There have been monkeys in space. There have been dogs in space. So I think at some point you could. Right now, it would probably depend what animal it is, and you might have to make some adjustments to the space station to accommodate. Over.
Do you bring your pet with you to the space station? Over.
You know, the spacesuit is actually quite difficult to work in. So it looks really easy when you're watching an astronaut working in their spacesuit, but really every time they move their hands or grip something with their hands, they're fighting against the pressure of the suit that's there to keep them alive. And so it took a lot of getting used to, and also you can only move where the bearings are for the suit, where the joints are. So learning how to move and work in the suit was actually quite difficult. Thanks for the question. Over.
An astronaut working in their spacesuit, but really
I've wanted to be an astronaut since I was in elementary school, so probably about your age. I read a book about Valentina Tereshkova, the first woman in space, and I think I always just was really excited by the thought of exploration and exploring new places we've never been. Over.
Azimut von 74 Grad, also geht's jetzt hervorragend.
Well, that one also would depend who you ask. One of my favorites is probably having a beef patty with the wheat thin
Yes,
bread.
mine
It's
too.
kind of like having a hamburger back home. And then probably one of my least favorites up here is pickled beets. Over.
we've never been. Over.
What is the best and the worst food? in the
Probably
space
what I
station?
spend the most time doing in my free time is looking out the cupola windows and taking photos, but also hanging out with my crewmates over dinner or something else. There's a guitar up here, so I've started trying to play that a bit as well. Over.
What do you do in your free time? Over.
Das war die Frage und die Antwort gab's schon. Schauen wir mal, ob wir noch die nächste Antwort hören.
Thank you so much, and thank you for the great questions. I hope you enjoyed your time aboard the International Space Station. Enjoy the rest of your day. Over.
Jasmine, we are nearing loss of signal, so we just wanted to thank you for answering all questions from Technology University Dublin and give you a big, big round of applause. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and thank you for the great questions. I hope you enjoyed your time aboard the International Space Station. Enjoy the rest of your day. Over.
Over, bye, 73.
So, da ist auch ruhig geworden. 82 Grad Osten. Jetzt eine Elevation von 4 Grad, also gleich am Horizont verschwunden. In Dublin ist es schon die ISS untergegangen.
Guys, how was that?
Ja,
Ah, yeah.
den Kindern gefällt es hier. Gut.